Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today we're diving into the Las Vegas Raiders, one of the most iconic franchises in the history of the NFL. From their roots in Oakland, their brief stint in Los Angeles, and their eventual landing in Las Vegas, this team has been a symbol of toughness, rebellion, and tradition. Let's dive into the storied history of the Silver and Black, the origins and early years. The Raiders were founded in 1960 as part of the AFL, representing Oakland, California. Their first few seasons were rocky, but everything changed when Al Davis became head coach and general manager in 1963. Davis instilled a winning mentality, famously coining the phrase, "Just win, baby." Under his leadership, the Raiders quickly became a competitive force in the AFL. Davis implemented the vertical passing game, and the Raiders became known for their aggressive, big play style. In 1967, the Raiders won their first AFL championship, earning a trip to Super Bowl II, where they fell to the Green Bay Packers. But this was only the beginning. The glory years in the 1970s and 1980s. By the 1970s, the Raiders were a powerhouse. Under legendary head coach John Madden, the team established itself as one of the toughest and most feared franchises in football. Led by quarterback Ken Stabler, Hall of Famer Fred Biletnikoff, and a ferocious defense, the Raiders were perennial contenders. In 1976, the Raiders captured their first Super Bowl victory, defeating the Minnesota Vikings 32-14 in Super Bowl XI. This was the peak of the Madden era, where the Raiders cemented their place among the NFL's elite. The success continued in the 1980s. In 1980, led by quarterback Jim Plunkett, the Raiders won Super Bowl XV, becoming the first wildcard team to ever win the Super Bowl. This resilience, this fighting spirit, is what made the Raiders a team to be reckoned with. The move to Los Angeles and more championships. In 1982, the Raiders made a bold move, relocating from Oakland to Los Angeles. Despite the change in location, the winning culture remained. In 1983, the Raiders, now based in LA, won their third Super Bowl by dominating Washington 38-9 in Super Bowl XVIII. The Raiders became the first team to win Super Bowls in two different cities, with stars like Marcus Allen. And one of the league's toughest defenses, the Raiders' mystique only grew during their time in Los Angeles. Return to Oakland and the struggles of the 1990s and 2000s. After more than a decade in Los Angeles, the Raiders returned to Oakland in 1995. The team struggled to regain its former glory during much of the late 90s, but a new era of success was just around the corner. In the early 2000s, under head coach John Gruden, and with Rich Gannon. At quarterback, the Raiders made a return to prominence. They reached the AFC Championship game in 2000, and in 2002, made it all the way to Super Bowl XXXVII. Unfortunately, they fell short, losing to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This would be the team's last Super Bowl appearance to date, the move to Las Vegas and the modern era. In 2020, the Raiders made another significant move, this time to the bright lights of Las Vegas. Now playing in the state-of-the-art Allegiant Stadium, the Raiders are entering a new era in one of the entertainment capitals of the world. Though the Raiders have faced challenges on the field in recent years, they continue to build a competitive team, with stars like Derek Carr, Josh Jacobs, and Max Crosby leading the charge. The franchise's future looks promising in its new home, and Raider Nation has embraced the team with open arms, the legacy of the Raiders. The Raiders' legacy goes beyond wins and losses. This is a franchise built on tradition, toughness, and a rebellious spirit. Whether it's the fans, the notorious black hole, or the team's motto of commitment to excellence, the Raiders are one of the most recognizable and beloved teams in sports. Thanks for joining us on this journey through Las Vegas Raiders history. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment with your favorite Las Vegas Raiders moment.